Shane Wright. Oh my gosh. Take us through those closing stages of that.
I don't know, it's a bit like hot potato out there. The boys just kept it alive, and I don't know, there's a few talented boys in this team, but I don't know, kept it alive, beat a few defenders, and then I think I was just lucky enough to finish it off there. So.
Did you even have time to think about what was going to happen?
No, not at all. Again, we'll just keep it alive and have a go, and then I just guess I was in the right place then at the end, and yeah, I'm just glad I got over.
Shane, quite a few years ago, there's a famous St Helens moment called wide to west. The commentators upstairs were saying, could this be a wide to west moment? Do you even know what wide to west is?
Not at all. I've seen Super Jack win that grand final. So yeah, I don't know what that is, but just never off the Saints, I guess.
Where does this resilience come from in this team? You just never gave up tonight.
It's just embedded in us by the coaches. I think everyone's just got a duty when they come to the club to buy into it as well.
And for your season, the season that you've had personally, to come out and do this, just let us into this emotion.
Oh, definitely. Obviously, it's been a tough year. Obviously, at Salford for the majority of the year, but to be given an opportunity here and then, yeah, just have a go in the playoffs here has been unbelievable.
St Helens have never won a grand final from 5th place, but is 2025 the year?
We got the group to do it, so I know we rest up and we'll see what happens next week, but I think the boys will have a bit of confidence now, so yeah, we'll see how we go.
Shane Wright, oh my gosh, go and enjoy this moment.
Thanks, Jen, I appreciate it.
Yeah, Jake Connor, who is the Betfred Player of the Match. Sport brings such high at times, it also brings such low, and that was a very, very cruel ending, Jake.
Yeah, like I said, gone from the highs to highs to the lows to lows in that game. Felt like we deserved it. But look, you can never say die in rugby league, and Saints have done it before, and we tried our best. Just got to go again next year.
You do have to go again next year. The moment that won that game, I mean, it was a remarkable moment. It's something that you don't often see in sport.
Yeah, and especially on last plays. But Saints done it well. You can't beat teams on the last play like that by shifting. You've got to keep the ball alive and move it from edge to edge and get people scrambling. So they did that bit well. But yeah, it's a tough one to take. I don't know how we lost that in the end, but we just got to learn. We've got to go again.
You go back into the dressing room. You speak to your players. It's been a standout season for you, Jake. We all know that. We keep giving you the plaudits. You deserve these plaudits. What do you do with your teammates? You put your arms around them, you sit down with them, you reflect?
Yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of silence in the changing room. I don't know. It's going to be pretty emotional. We had a few people leaving. Big Sam, Morgan going to NRL. I'm just going to come do the job for him.
Jake, go and get in there. Thanks for talking to us.
From a very somber Jake Connor, you'll no doubt want to offer up your congratulations to the Leeds Rhinos for the season they had. But Alex Walmsley, what have we just witnessed?
I'm not quite sure. It'll take a while for it to settle in, I think. Look, it's an 8-minute game. We've got to play to the end, and as the game goes, it's probably a real bad semi-final. That one at quarter-final even in terms of a playoff standard, but we spoke before the game about big game pedigree, and look, this year we've been, spoke about a lot about not being able to win the big games. There's 30 grand finals in our change rooms today. In terms of big games, we've got the pedigree there. I think if we just, sort of stick to what we do and know best, try and, perform it better than tonight, there's no reason why we can't go on.
Well, there wasn't, though, even a hint of that to come in the preceding 79 and a bit minutes. And I'm going to be honest here, they had the knives sharpened and they were ready to stick the slippers in to St Helens' attack. Would a criticism of the attack been fair, notwithstanding what we saw in that last second?
Yeah, I think so. Look, we had to find a way to win. Our attack tonight wasn't great. I think a lot of it, so many others. We need to clear that up if we want to have a chance to get past OKR next week. But look, we've got some big players in our team. Give them space, opportunity, and we'll score tries. We just need to be better.
I'll have to be reminded here, I counted about 13 or 14 passes. What part did you play in it?
I was a decoy. The most important part was a decoy. I drew them all in. Waiting for the space. That's why the space was there.
Come off me. The wide to right, or the left to right, as John Wilkin has called it. It's right up there now with the wide to west.
Yeah, I said to Wright, in his second game, he's wrote himself into St Helens four-quarter history there, hasn't he? He's an incredible moment, but we need to be better. Look, and that's the reality of it. We need to make sure we're a lot better next week, because if we want to give ourselves half a chance, we can't attack how we did tonight. Too many errors, but look, we'll enjoy tonight. We'll enjoy the win. We'll dust ourselves down, and we'll find a plan to hopefully get over KR next week.
Yeah, when you're attacking, Al, what is the philosophy? When I'm watching, sometimes I'm confused. You direct, aren't you? You carry hard, try and get on the front foot, but then after that, what's the plan?
Mate, you're asking the front row what the attacking plan is there. Look, listen, we've got to create momentum first. That's the number one rule in terms of attacking. We need to make sure we're going forward. That's my job. That's the outside back's job. We're supposed to get us on the front foot. And after that, we have to create opportunities. We need to create space, and we've got a plan there. Look, keeping on to the ball, that's clear. We didn't have much field position. We need to be better. And if we haven't got the result, rightly so, we'd probably got it quite bad off you guys. But yeah, look, if we're defending as good as we know we can, then we'll give ourselves a chance. That's our. We won 4 grand finals in a row by his defence, and let's keep nailing that, and hopefully we'll find something to attack.
You mentioned your defence. Does tonight give you even more confidence in that defence, given that tonight it didn't look like points were going to come? A really solid Leeds side, you just somehow turn up and defend. Must give you even more confidence.
It does, and I'll be honest, I don't think we defended great tonight. I think in terms of the ruck speed, there was a lot of areas in our defence what I don't think we were quite happy about. But we lost Leesy in the first half. Leesy's a massive part of that. We had to reshuffle ourselves a little bit, but yeah, if we can nail our defence, if we can, put our best foot forward in terms of stopping teams from scoring, we'll give ourselves half a chance. When you've got Tristan Taylor, Jack Wellesby, Johnny Lomax, Harry Robertson in open space, we can score points. So look, it's never going to be a blowout score in these big games. Defence wins your titles, and we're doing okay in that department.
Just on that, Matty Lee's leaving at half-time, crossing the pitch here to go to the hospital to be with his pregnant partner. Were you aware that was part of the plan, that may happen?
Yeah, and look, it's not ideal. It happened to me a few years ago, and look, at the end of the day, there's things more important than rugby, and you've got to just prepare for all eventualities. Obviously, losing Leesy at such an important time wasn't ideal, but we're a 17-man team, and 16 other lads are still on the field to get the job done, and thankfully we did that.
We believe his final words to you guys was, "Go win it for me now." I mean, if he's been watching that in the hospital, and I hope he was, he'll know now that you have won it for him. You brought him into a semi-final, but I can't for a minute think he expected that finish.
Absolutely. I think he should call the baby Shane Wright as well. Personally, I think that's got to be done.
There you go.
We'll all
there you go.
Gas
Shane Wright leads. Alex, go celebrate with your teammates. Congratulations. Thank you very much. No doubt we will see Alex Walmsley and the Saints next week in that second of the semi-finals. It'll be against Hull Kingston Rovers. The man that has masterminded the victory in the end, if you could call it that, is Paul Wellens. Here he is with Jenna.
The victorious head coach alongside me. I watched him. He ran onto the pitch. Have you ever had a moment like that at the end of a game?
Oh, I mean, ironically, when we was at the press conference earlier on in the week, someone reminded me it was 25 years on Monday since the White to West drive back in 2000, and it's almost like it's written in the stars, really. I've got to pay the players huge credit. I spoke before the game about having big game pedigree, and that's not always about winning the big games, but it's about understanding moments and situations in big games. And I thought, to our credit tonight, we weren't perfect in a lot of areas, but we stuck at the task and played right to the very end, and it just shows that the rewards that you can get.
You ran onto the pitch after that try was scored. I'm pretty sure I saw tears in your eyes. Just let us into the feeling.
Just sometimes the emotions get the better, but I don't think that's a bad thing in professional sports. It's a tough job at times, and to get nice moments like that and celebrating with the rest of the team is special. But again, I couldn't do it, celebrate those moments without the hard work of the players. And when all's said and done and the dust settles, we've only gone into the next round and got another big game next week if we want to achieve our ambitions.
The clock ticked over to 80 minutes. You were trailing by 2. Had you conceded that your season was over?
No, honestly I hadn't. And I love the way the guys handle that. The easy thing at times is to throw the ball away or kick the ball away, but we backed ourselves there and kept the ball in hand, and obviously the opportunity came and brilliant. Shane's only playing his second game for us tonight, but to get a moment like that, incredible.
And the other incredible moment of the night at halftime, you lose your forward, Matty Lees. He goes to join his wife. They're having a baby. He said to me as he was leaving, they just got to go and win this for me. And hey, you did.
Yeah, it's always a difficult one because, you know, obviously Matty's an important player for us, but the most important thing is he's there with his partner tonight, and if that means us losing an important player for half a game, then so be it, because, you know, we ask that bloke to run through brick walls for us week in, week out, and he does that. And it's great that we can get the result for him, and we hope all goes well with the berth.
And St Helens' reward for that win is a trip to Hull KR. Your thoughts on that encounter?
Yeah, excited about the opportunity. We had a real tough game there a number of weeks ago, and we know it's going to be incredibly tough again. Look, they've had a phenomenal season and a great team in their own right. So we'll go there and put our best foot forward, and, you know, we're one game away from Old Trafford, so we'll leave nothing out there.
Oh, Helens. Wow, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Brad, sport can be cruel at times.
Yeah, it's a tough game, isn't it? Can be not fair sometimes, but, you know, we probably had enough chances to win that game in the second half. So we just have to go away, and it's going to be a tough watch, but we'll have to learn from it.
I've spoken to Jake Connor, who was the player of the match, clearly extremely emotional as to what happened out there. As coach, what do you do? You go in there, what do you say to your players?
Look, I'm proud of them. We're all disappointed, we're shattered that it ended like that. But we've got to learn from it. We've got better in us, and we'll be better again next year. But, you know, it's a really harsh lesson, but we're just going to have to learn from it. Yeah, because like I said, I thought their effort was good. We'd done enough to win that game, and we should be winning, but, you know, we didn't.
Hindsight, of course, is a wonderful thing. I know it's early. If you could have changed anything, done anything differently, what would it have been?
Yeah, I don't know. No, well, what was it? We were up 14-6 with 6-7 minutes to go. Yeah, nothing's coming into my head right at the moment. And I'm sure the boys will have regrets at times throughout that game if we've done this, done that. But that's footy. Like, you can't get everything spot on and perfect. Yeah.
Well, 2025, regardless of tonight, it's been a remarkable season for yourself, for your players, for the Leeds Rhinos. So on behalf of everyone, congratulations for this season.
Yeah, thank you. And, you know, we apologise to our fans, but the boys tried their backsides off tonight, and, you know, we'll have to fight hard and be better next year.
See you in 2026.
Thank you.